and welcome to episode 3. Today we have 3 new books each from
and a new place as well.
Yes, we're at my house now. First book, Jane Austen, Persuasion. I really enjoyed this book. It is a little hard to follow. It does take a bit more time to read because it is obviously not set in our time. It is set something like 200 years ago. However, it is a very good read and still quite relevant. It's about a man and a woman who fall in love very young, and he proposes to her, yet he hasn't sort of made himself financially yet.
Okay.
Her father says, no, and so she says no. And then he goes away, gets really rich, makes himself captain, makes a real big name for himself, comes back and she falls in love with him again, and it's like, oh, now that he's,
Got to be a mullah.
yeah, now that he's socially acceptable, she wants to marry him again. And then it's his turn to, sort of reject her. And then finally they work things out, and well, you see what happens. But Jane Austen always lets the man and the woman, both sides, let them tell their stories. So, yeah, it's a really good read. Stick with it.
Alright.
Yep.
Flowers?
Flowers. I'd give it 4 flowers out of 5.
Right.
Yeah.
Alright, the first one I am reviewing today is One Across, Two Down by Ruth Rendell. Rendell? Yep.
Yep.
Okay. This one is it's not an action novel, it's more of a mystery novel.
Yeah.
Won't go with action because there's very little gunfire in this book.
Really? That's unusual for you.
I know, it is. Usually we'd be hitting the guns by now, but
Yeah.
not so much. So this book is about a man called Stanley, he's actually very, very, very selfish man. He is just after his wife's money, and in order to do that, he has to wait for her mother-in-law to pass away. And he's not willing to wait that long, even though I think she's about 82.
Jeez.
And got a heart condition, so she's not far off. He ends up killing her, and then this whole book is sort of based around how he tries to get away with killing his mother-in-law, which I'm sure many men have probably thought of doing at one
Contemplated, but never acted.
one point or another. And you do feel sorry for Stanley, and then you kind of think, wow, he's a real little bugger, and then go back to feeling sorry for him again. So it does give you a few cross sections of emotion where you're just like, oh, what a little pain, and you'd hate to be married to him. But anyway, it is very good.
Yeah.
I'd probably give it about 3.5 flowers. So there you go.
Nice. Excellent. Alright, the next book I am reviewing is Oh, the Places You'll Go, Dr. Seuss.
That is sad.
You may think, why is a children's book being reviewed by the Flower Power Book Club?
We're going downhill.
Actually, this was given to me for my 21st birthday by one of my cousins and his beautiful wife. And it's actually a very accurate description of what you will face in life. It's just, it's about, you're going to go up, you're going to go down, you're going to go around, and everybody's going to drive crazy, and it's going to be fun, and it's going to be crazy, and it's going to be everything. And it's just a fun read, and I think kids should read it as well, because I think they'll get a lot out of it. So it's just a fun one. So I give that 5 out of 5 stars.
There you go, our
Dr.
5
Seuss.
out of 5. There you go. Well done. The next book I am reviewing is based on a true story of murder, and it's by Denise, Mina, and it's called Sanctum. This is actually based on a killing of a convicted psychopath who used to go off and kill women down by, I don't know what river it was, but yeah, he was known as the River Rat. And this is Lachlan Harriet's wife actually killed him. Her name was Susie Harriet, and she was the psychologist that was actually treating the River Rat in prison. So there you go. And as Lachlan was looking to free his wife from jail for her appeal, he actually wrote some diaries. And these diaries came into the hands of Denise, and she put them together and wrote a book about it. So it's actually from the other side. It's not about the actual killing. It is actually about how the husband deals with his wife being a killer and how he eventually comes to that conclusion. So, and based on a real life story. So there you go. It's very good. I've found it extremely intriguing to listen to the other side of the killer's perspective of the husband sort of going, oh well, she's innocent, and actually finding out that she might not be so innocent after all. So, good book. 4 out of 5 flowers for me.
Nice.
So there you go. Sanctum.
Cool. Sounds like a goodie.
It's a goodie.
Nice. The last book that I'm reviewing is called The Guru in You, and it is by Yogi Cameron Alborzian. I hope I said that right.
Wow, that's a killer, that one.
Yeah. A lot of my books, I watch Ellen quite a lot, and like my other book, Eating Animals? Was it Eating Animals? Yeah.
The one we did the last episode, so you can just go back to the last episode.
I've got a couple of books from Ellen. This one, she interviewed him as well, and I found it quite inspirational, so I went out and bought it. And it is good. It has very practical steps on how to improve your life, how to free up space, how to, not just space physically, but space in your mind, and how to let things go and just be a more healthy and happy and peaceful human being. And it is just, it's practical, which I find a lot of books are not. It's just, well, if you just do this and do that, just, that's basically, it's very theoretical, but this one tells you what to do. Gives you step-by-step stuff. And it's based on Ayurvedic stuff, which is really, 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 really healthy. For those of you who know about the Ayurvedic lifestyle, all the food and stuff, it's mostly vegetarian, vegan, whatnot, and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, take a look. It is very good. I give it 4.5 out of 5 flowers.
The next book I am reviewing is The Women in Black by Madeleine St. John. I actually thought this was a guy because it had St. John Madeleine at one of the... Yes. Anyway, that was my blonde moment. This is actually based in Australia in the 1950s. It's actually based in Sydney. And it is, if any of you guys have watched Are You Being Served? It's kind of like that. It's based very much in that shop front sort of area. And these women sell cocktail dresses in the 1950s in Sydney. So they're all about getting the commission and all of this sort of stuff, bit of cutthroat bitchiness going on there. And it's about a young girl named, I think her name is Lisa. Yes, Lisa. Who is trying to find her way. She's a young girl who has been contracted to come in and work with these women for about, I think it's about 3 weeks, just over the Christmas, New Year period. And she actually begins to turn from a little scraggly little girl to a full-blown woman with the help of these women, the women in black they call them, these saleswomen. So it's actually quite a fun little read. It's not very thick, as you can see, so you get through it pretty quickly. It's actually just really good read, and it's really good to sort of see how the 1950s influence come through in the writing. So there you go. It gives you a bit of a glimpse into what used to happen and what life used to be like in Australia.
Nice.
So there you go.
I have to read that one too.
Oh, look at me. So, that is it. Oh, hang on, I haven't given my flowers. Sorry, guys. Or did I?
No, I don't think you did.
I didn't? Okay, I'll give this one 3.5 flowers out of 5.
Nice. Alright. Guys, leave feedback on our Facebook page or on our YouTube.
Yeah.
Because we want more books to read and review.
Bye. Don't forget.
Bye.
Facebook.
Facebook, YouTube.
Come on, people.
Comment.
We need comments.